What is going on, guys? It's your boy Dylan the Villain. It's Tuesday, week 2. We just recorded Monday Night Raw. It's time to record some Sunday Night Heat. And there's no pre-show on this episode of Sunday Night Heat. We're going straight right into the action. Before we start the show, we're going to start doing some exclusive Sunday Night Heat storylines. I know I keep saying it, and I keep doing this and doing that, and keep saying that. We're going to start making exclusive Sunday Night Heat storylines and stuff like that. And I keep showcasing main event guys, but I really want to try to get some of these lesser used guys over and show some guys in our developmental. And they're basically like, this is going to be like, I don't know, like modern day NXT, I guess you can say, but like NXT's the developmental, but like they have their TV deal, kind of like what Velocity and Sunday Night Heat was back in the day, you know. So we're gonna start making some Sunday Night Heat exclusive storylines here, but we're gonna go ahead and start the show. And about that had terrible wrestling and non-existent crowd heat. Jushin Thunder Liger defeated Flash Funk in 8:23 by pinfall with a sheer drop brain buster. Match got a 54, Liger with a 53, and Flash Funk with a 49. Awesome match to start the show. But we go on to this segment, and we see Edge and Christian backstage, and they have some water guns, and you know, they're playing with their water guns, and they're squirting each other, and they're just having fun, you know, just typical Edge and Christian shenanigans. And all of a sudden, they're running, they're shooting each other and everything like that. And they end up stumbling upon APA's office. And for those of y'all know APA, you know, they have a door just in the middle of an open room. But you got to knock on that door to go into the room. You just can't walk past the door. But Edge and Christian are so caught up in their water gun fight that they end up stumbling upon the APA's room while they're drinking beer and playing poker and everything like that. And they're trying to squirt each other, but they end up squirting Farouk and Bradshaw. Farouk ends up getting up. He looks hella pissed off. Edge and Christian try to calm down the situation, but they're not having it. And Farouk is pissed. And he pretty much was just like, I'm going to beat y'all's ass right here, right now. And Edge kind of tries to de-escalate the situation and says, why not we put it in the ring tonight and have a tag team match here tonight. And both Farouk and Bradshaw agree. So we're going to see Farouk and Bradshaw taking on APA, taking on the tag team of Edge and Christian. The segment got a 58. We're going to move on to the next segment. And it is a match. It is a match between Ahmed Johnson and Mark Marrow. And about that had good heat and decent wrestling. Mark Marrow defeats Ahmed Johnson by submission. As we know, Mark Marrow has been training with Dan the Beast Severn, learning some MMA moves, learning how to get better in the ring. He basically evolved his whole character here, and he picks up the big win against Ahmed Johnson. Mark Marrow then celebrates after the match. Ahmed with a 67 and Mark Marrow with a 72. Mark Marrow goes to celebrate, but Ahmed Johnson, after the match, attacks Mark Marrow. He starts beating the holy hell out of Mark Marrow. And Mark Marrow is laying in the middle of the ring, and Ahmed Johnson picks up a mic and he goes, I'm sick and freaking tired of being a second-rate wrestler here in the World Wrestling Federation. I keep getting treated like I'm just some second-class citizen, and I'm not a second-class wrestler. I'm not a second-class citizen. I am. Oh my God, that's. There we go. I'm not a second-class wrestler. I'm not a second-class citizen. I'm tired of having to wrestle on shows like Sunday Night Heat. I'm tired of having to do the job for people. He's like, I was brought in to the World Wrestling Federation to dominate. I was brought in here to beat anybody who gets in my way. And from now on, I don't care if I get paid to lose. He's like, I ain't losing no more. He's like, I am tired of being in this land of make-believe. And he's like, I'm about to take your world of make-believe and make it real. He's like, so the next person who steps in the ring with me, they're going to feel the wrath of Ahmed Johnson. So Ahmed saying that he's sick and tired of freaking losing, getting paid to lose, and now he's going to take this world of fake and make it real. So I'm kind of nervous for whoever Ahmed Johnson goes up against. What is this? Are we seeing a new Ahmed Johnson here? The segment got a 53. We're going to move on to the next segment, and it is the match between APA and Edge and Christian. Edge and Christian with a 50 and 51. Bradshaw with a 40. Farouk with a 71. Both teams showing excellent chemistry together. And about that at Terrible Wrestling, non-existent crowd 8. Edge and Christian defeat APA when Edge pinned Bradshaw after using a spear. Farouk carried the match, and Bradshaw was the weak link, struggling to keep up with everybody else. The match got a 60. Not bad at all from these guys right here. Very highly impressed. Highly impressed with everything. Edge and Christian slowly gaining the pop. Slowly getting some popularity here. I got big plans for these guys. They're one of my favorite tag teams of all time. We're going to move on to the next segment. Yes. At 80, not bad, not bad. One of our new storylines here on Sunday Night Heat. We see Grandmaster Sexay and Scotty 2 Hotty, and they're getting interviewed by Doc Hendricks. And Doc Hendricks goes, Grandmaster Sexay, last week we saw an absolute tragedy when you were attacked by Chris Jericho, and he took your he took your spot pretty much in the King of the Ring. A lot of fans were rooting for you to pull off the big win and move on to the King of the Ring. I know that your father, Jerry the King Lawler, was actually really excited and rooting for you. And he goes, and so, what do you have to say? Are you looking to redeem yourself? And you picked up a big win on the pre-show of Monday Night Raw. And Grandmaster Sexay goes, What you saying? What you saying? And Doc Hendricks is like, I'm saying, are you looking to redeem yourself? And he's like, what? What are you saying? And he's putting his hand to the ear. And Scotty goes, yo, dog. And he points to Grandmaster Sexay's other ear. And Grandmaster Sexay's like, oh, yeah, right. And then he turns his good ear, because as y'all seen, for those who watch Monday Night Raw, he ended up puncturing his eardrum. So he ends up turning to the other side. He goes, I'm sorry, homie. What did you say? Doc Hendricks repeats his question. He goes, oh, I hear you good now. He's like, yeah. He's like, yeah, I got screwed over, and I got attacked. And Chris Jericho, if you're watching here tonight, I haven't forgot about you and the way that you treated me, and the way that you not only embarrassed me, but you embarrassed me in front of my family, in front of my dad. And all of a sudden you hear somebody go, will you just shut the hell up? And all of a sudden it's Jerry the King Lawler, and he walks on the frame. And then Scotty 2 Hotty slaps Grandmaster Sexay on the chest, and he goes, yo, dog. And he's like, what's up, daddy? And Jerry the King Lawler looks at him and goes, daddy? Daddy? Who the hell are you talking to, son? He goes, he goes, no son of mine will be walking around looking the way that you're looking and acting the way that you're acting. He says, you're not a rapper, you're not a hip-hop dancer, you're nothing. And Grandmaster Sexay's like, yo, like, dad, man, like, what? He's like, you keep saying, I'm your dad. He goes, no son of mine will be dancing around like a fool. He goes, my son was once a prince, a prodigy, somebody that I was proud to carry my family name and my legacy. And now, instead of being a prince, you become some jester, some fool here in the World Wrestling Federation. And Grandmaster Sexay, he looks upset, you know. And Scotty 2 Hotty's he kind of like, he kind of bows up to Jerry the King Lawler. He's like, yo, dog. Like, yo, dog, we got a problem. Like, he's looking him up and down, and Jerry the King Lawler is just like, is that all you know how to say? Is yo, dog? Yo, dog? Yo, dog? Yo, dog? He goes, you're a freaking joke. And you're a freaking joke. I'm disappointed that you're my son. He goes, my son was once a prince, a prodigy, and now you're just a joke. And Scotty 2 Hotty basically calls him out. And Jerry the King Lawler is just like, oh, you want a match with me? You want to do something about it? He goes, I tell you what. He goes, why don't you prove me wrong here tonight, Scotty 2 Hotty, and get in the ring with the real king. And he's like, and not only will I humiliate you, but I'll humiliate you in front of my court. And Scotty 2 Hotty's like, yo, dog. Like, yeah, I accept your challenge. And Grandmaster Sexay is just like, Dad, why are you acting this way? He's like, I done told you. I'm not your damn dad. And he goes, as far as I see it, he goes, if you're going to call yourself a Lawler, you need to start acting like a Lawler. And then he slaps Grandmaster Sexay in the face on the side where his eardrum is already busted. And he slaps him in the face. And then he walks out, and Grandmaster Sexay's like standing there like in shock, you know, like he looks like he's about to cry. And then Scotty 2 Hotty looks at him and he goes, yo, dog, like, are you okay? And Grandmaster Sexay, he just looks in shock. And Doc Hendricks like, I can't believe what's going on right now. And we're going to go ahead and move on to that match, which is Jerry the King Lawler versus Scotty 2 Hotty in a bout that had terrible wrestling and non-existent crowd heat. Jerry the King Lawler defeats Scotty 2 Hotty in 8-28 by pinfall. Jerry Lawler with a 66 and Scotty 2 Hotty with a 34. It advances the King versus the Prince storyline, and it lost heat. Sadly, it lost heat. The match got a 58. Announcing quality gave the match a boost. We move on to the next segment. Jerry the King Lawler just pretty much after that. Yes, it is the segment. Okay, so after the match, Jerry the King Lawler, he beats up Scotty 2 Hotty, and Grandmaster Sexay is outside. You know, he really can't get in the ring. His eardrum's busted. He really can't do anything. And he's trying to stop Jerry the King Lawler from beating him up. Jerry King Lawler grabs Grandmaster Sexay and he throws him out of the ring as he continues to... He takes off his belt and he starts whooping... he throws Scotty 2 Hotty out the ring. And he takes off his belt and he starts whooping, like, Grandmaster Sexay... Grandmaster Sexay with a belt. And all of a sudden, Rikishi's music hits, and Rikishi runs out and makes the save. We haven't seen Rikishi in a while, and he ends up making the save for Grandmaster Sexay, and he ends up running Jerry the King Lawler off, making the save, and Rikishi stands in the ring. He ends up picking up Grandmaster Sexay, and Scotty 2 Hotty then gets back in the ring, and he's holding his neck and everything like that. And Rikishi's just standing there with his shades on like that, you know, with that face like, why don't you come back in the ring, man? Why don't you come back in the ring? And that is going to end Sunday Night Heat. But make sure this segment got an 80. I wonder why I got an 80. Why did it get an 80? Huh. Ah, okay. Yeah. It's not long enough. That's fine. Segment got an 80. Oh, man, that storyline lost heat. But it's okay. For those of you who watch Shotgun Saturday Night, you know that the finalists are going to be Owen Hart, Kurt Angle, Triple H, and The Rock. These four men in this Final Four of the King of the Ring tournament. We have Triple H versus The Rock. We know that rivalry, and Owen Hart versus Kurt Angle, and we definitely know that rivalry. Tune in to Monday Night Raw when Vince McMahon has a big announcement for these Final Four men moving forward in the King of the Ring. We're going to go ahead and finish the show. The show got a 58. Fans are not happy as they expected more angles and interviews. I think I gave them a little bit Too much wrestling, I believe. I should have gave him a little bit more angles, or put the segments a little bit longer, but that's okay. We're going to go ahead and finish the show. William Shatner retiring. And like always, guys, we're going to run through nothing too important that I see that will have an effect on me. But we're going to go ahead and check WCW Saturday Night. They got a 54, and I believe we also got a 54. Well, we did worse than they did the first time that they actually beat me. Okay. We're going to have to fix that next week. But that has been Sunday Night Heat. Thank y'all for watching. For those of y'all who stumbled upon this video and want to subscribe to the channel, the subscribe button will be right here. Subscribe to the channel. If you like this episode and want to go back and watch previous episodes and catch up and find out what's going on, that playlist will be right here. Thank y'all for liking the video, for those of y'all who like the video, and thank y'all for commenting down below, for those of y'all who do comment down below. We highly appreciate it. And just because I don't see your comment right away, I'll get back to you as soon as possible. I am a busy person, and I'll reply to your comment as soon as possible. Either me or Sky Wu Tai will reply to your comment as soon as possible. Thank y'all for watching the video, and like we always say, ladies and gentlemen, if